All right, we are live. Good evening, Lions fans. Let's talk about the victory we had today at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Well, son, we did it. 20-6. Our Lions beat the Atlanta Falcons at home and we moved to 2-1. Before we look at the statistics for the game, what is your overall takeaway from what happened this afternoon?
Oh man, it was just it was a lot. The game wasn't as close as what the score we made it seem like. Yeah, it was just straight up Lions domination pretty much from the first play of the game. To be honest.
I would think so. I would have to say so. The Atlanta Falcons, to be honest, they did not look good. Being there live, seeing the game, actually seeing it in person. Desmond Ritter has a long way to go. I know we talked about that yesterday in our preview show. He did not look the part. Bijan Robinson definitely has some good runs. He looks like he could and probably will be the part, but that Lions defense was pretty stifling, to be honest. They knew what was happening. They knew it was going to be a lot of screen passes, a lot of short dumps, and they were ready for it. And the 6 points, I agree. 20-6, the score really should have been higher. We left at least two touchdowns on the board. Easily could have been 31-6. Let's look at the statistics and then we'll break down what we individually saw for each side of the ball. Let's start with the offense. Jared Goff, 22 of 33 for 243, a touchdown and a pick. And in my opinion, it was kind of a bad pick. We see that Jameer Gibbs did carry the ball 17 times for 80 yards. We see that Amon St. Brown, even with a hurt toe, 9 receptions for 102 yards. My guy, Sam Laporta, 8 for 84 and a touchdown. What was your thoughts on the offense, son?
Um, it was another decent performance from the offense. Though the Falcons defense is actually pretty good. So and yeah, I thought Jared Goff just looked okay, to be honest. At first, he looked, on I don't know how to explain it. Like he's starting to, like, sometimes it looks like he's really turning the corner, but then he has some bad overthrows that weren't interceptions, and then he did have, I'm pretty sure, was it an overthrow when he threw an interception too?
It was.
Okay, yeah. So he had a few overthrows, but I mean, the offense looks pretty decent for the most part. I still wish they'd be more creative with Jameer Gibbs. I feel like the Falcons they used Bijan Robinson in a lot more ways than what the Lions used Gibbs at, though. It was nice seeing him more in the field, though.
It was nice seeing him on the field. Now, from my perspective, when we were watching the game, it looks like the biggest issue on offense is still the offensive line. I think that Taylor Decker being out and not having a solid right guard is an issue because some of those plays when when the play call for him to run between the tackles, there really was not big openings, especially in that A gap to the left and right of Ragnow. Those it just seems like there was no room there. That they were not opening up holes for him to run through because I thought that he should have had a much better game than he had. 17 carries for 80 yards. Yes, 4.7 is a good average, but for a running back with his speed, I was ready to see him break one. And I felt that the play calling left much to be desired, to be honest with you. It seems like they could have come up with something different to maybe get him open. I thought Gibbs would easily have over 100 yards in this game. And this is with me believing that the Falcons do have a pretty good defense. Um, let me see. If you look at the receptions is pretty much it is. Basically, if you look at that, son, Jared Goff only threw to four receivers: Brown, Laporta, Raymond, Gibbs. That's it.
Yeah, and in Brown and Laporta, I guess they accounted for 77% of those targets, anyways. So
Yes, I'm gonna say something that I haven't said that I actually haven't said, but we need J-Mo. We need this suspension to be over with. I
yeah,
really think that we have to get Jameson. I think things are going to be different when we get Jameson Williams back. I still think the offense is missing something. And I think what we're missing is a solid number two receiver. And you know what? Jamison Williams is that, he can and probably is that guy. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, his second, quote unquote receiver would have been Raymond. He had 4 receptions.
Yeah.
I know Laporta was number two, but he's the tight end. But I'm saying we have to get Jamo out there. Let's look at the Lions defense. I'm gonna tell you what is impressive though, son. Jared Goff didn't get sacked. I'm kind of down on our line right now, but he didn't get sacked.
Yeah, yeah. I was surprised about that. He was real good at getting the ball out when he was in danger too. So
Okay, let's talk about the defense. Aiden Hutchinson had a fumble recovered. Brian Branch, who was my player of the game, had 11 tackles. Jerry
yeah, and
Jacobs had 7, followed by Tracy Walker with 4, Jack Campbell with 4, and then we had 7 sacks, son. Let's go down the line. Jack Campbell had 1, Aiden Hutchinson had 2, Charles Harris had 1, Derek Barnes had 1, Aleem McNeil had 1, Benito Jones had 1, and I am missing one somewhere because, oh, no, I got them. We got them all. So just looking at that. Oh, and then let's look at the Falcons. If you look at Bijan Robinson, 33, he had 33 yards rushing. And Desmond Ritter went 21 for 38 for 201 yards. No touchdowns, but also no interceptions, only at a 5.7 average. What did you think about our defense?
Yeah, I thought for once, other than I don't think Jerry Jacobs looked any better than he has. He looked just as bad. But other than that, I think especially the safeties. Matter of fact, I'm sorry to CJ Garner Johnson and Kirby Joseph, but sadly, I guess the safeties actually looked the best they have all season. Actually, they were out there smacking the mess out of people. So I really like that. It makes people, think twice about, wanting to throw across the middle of the field. I still feel like some stuff was open, like because I feel like we were playing that soft zone kind of, so I feel like some stuff was still open, kind of in the middle of the field, kind of. But no, I thought the defense was pretty good for the most part, though. Especially Cam Sutton, he was liking up too. I literally forgot he was actually on the field because once again he's not. I mean, I guess he was on the stat sheet. He had 3 tackles, but yeah, no, he was locking up again though.
Right. Agreed. Okay, this is this is what I have to say about the defense. Brian Branch, he looked the part today. I mean, he was all over the field making plays, and Melifonwu at safety with Tracy Walker, they held their own. This is gonna hurt me to say this, son. It really is because you know how we feel about this guy. Jerry Jacobs is not the dude.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I was there watching him in person, and I'm talking like plays where I locked in on him. Unlike TV where you're looking at it a different angle, their backs were to us. Man, I don't know, man. I have such high hopes for this guy since we got him undrafted. I said, man, we could have a gym, but he is just not shaping up to be a lockdown corner like we thought he could be. And even though looking at the stats, I mean, I'm gonna look at them again right now, son. I mean, if you look at Atlanta's receivers, I mean, nobody quote got off. 5 for Kyle Pitts for 41, 5 for Geno Smith, and Drake London only had 2. This is what's weird. In person, those receivers look like they did better than the stats actually said that they did. But this is why I'm saying what I'm saying about our guy Jerry Jacobs. He had 7 tackles. A lot of times when a corner has a high amount of tackles, it's because he's getting caught on and he has to make the tackle.
yeah. No, Jerry Jacobs was never my guy. I was saying we needed to get Christian Gonzalez or keep Jeff Okuda or yeah. No, I knew he was going to be cooked. We hyped him up for
We
no reason,
did.
actually. I guess to be honest.
I know I did. I mean, I thought that he could be the guy. I thought that he was going to be a sleeper. I'm like, maybe we have something. I'm gonna tell you what, even as good as the defense played today, I'm gonna say something I said last week. We have to get a number one corner. We have to. And Cam Sutton did his thing again. He really did. But man, we have to get a Sauce Gardner type of corner, a Patrick Surtain type of corner. Well, with the way the Broncos got smashed today, but anyway,
Come on.
we have to get a number one corner that can actually lock a guy up. That's what I think. But all in all, the defense didn't play that bad. So looking at the offense, looking at the defense, and what they did, and we came away from a win from a pretty decent Atlanta team. Are there any more takeaways that you have from this game?
Um, we're just gonna, I think the Packers defense, I think their defense should actually be pretty decent as well. And honestly, are they undefeated or what? Are they
The
2-1?
Packers,
They're
the
2-1.
Packers are 2-1 as well.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good. So I think we're definitely gonna have to put up about 28 points or something like that. I think we're gonna at least have to get 4 touchdowns. I think the offense is gonna have to get back firing because honestly, I'm sure it's gonna be back on cookage for the defense again. But we'll have to see because they have. Wait, oh, they actually who do they got at receiver? Don't they got the second year guy at receiver? The Packers.
Christian Watkins.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but he. I thought he didn't play last week. Maybe he did.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he did. But if you look at the standings right here, I have the NFC up. No, son, the Packers are 2-1, and the reason why they have them in first place and not us, I think, is because they have actually played a division game.
Yeah.
So they are 1-0 in division where playing them this Thursday will be our division game.
Yeah.
So, and which is okay, which why I said that is a must-win game in my opinion. I believe that the Lions have to win that game this Thursday. But on Wednesday, you and I will break down and we will give our thoughts on what we think. But
Ooh, and they don't got nobody.
right, they don't. What I okay, never mind. I was gonna say what I thought that we had need to do to the pack. Let's just wait until we do our prediction on Wednesday. But let's pretty much wrap up this game. The Atlanta Falcons. Did we learn anything new from this game, son?
Um, it's not new. I guess it just seems like the offensive line always manages to do good even with all the injuries. And I guess we found out that it doesn't matter who's out there in the secondary. We're extremely deep back there. I would say but honestly, I wasn't too because Melifonwu and we already knew Tracy Walker was good, so I guess I wasn't horribly surprised that they were
Right.
that good back there. I was just a lot more happy. My biggest takeaway was they were playing extremely physical. Like I guess actually both
Yes,
teams
they
were playing
were.
pretty physical actually. But yeah, I liked the Lions at least matched how physical the Falcons were.
I agree. I would
I
have to
mean,
agree.
Bijan. I don't know who hit Bijan Robinson, but his helmet came off. I don't know who hit him.
I don't even remember who that was. I don't even remember. But I know, was that Kyle Pitts who got laid out across the middle? That
I
Tracy
don't know.
Walker laid out?
I know both of our tight ends got laid out.
No, I'm talking about the Falcons tight ends who got that we laid out. Was that Pitts or was that a receiver?
No,
Who was
I
that Tracy Walker laid out? I thought that was Pitts for some reason. Maybe it wasn't.
might have been. I was saying, I don't
When,
remember.
when we look at the highlights, we'll see. But yes, our defense definitely can't play. Listen, I'm happy with the win. We kind of said it would be an ugly win. I'm happy. I'm happy with the win. I like the little trick play, basically where they had everybody going right and Jared Goff rolled left. Nobody saw that coming, even us Lions fans. We did not see
Yeah,
a designed run for Jared Goff. But they did what they had to do. Listen, Lions fans, we'll just make this one short and sweet. You know, our Lions did it. We gave our thoughts on it, and we are now 2-1. Now, the only thing that concerns me is that it's a short week, but I don't think anybody got too nicked up, and it's really not a lot of time to really heal. So the boy Dan Campbell just have to get the boys hyped up and let them know, hey, it's got to be business as usual, and then let's go on to win this game Thursday, and then we can take a little bit of a break and then get ready for the next week. Did we forget anything, son?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, Lions fans, if you haven't already, like,
Wow.
comment, subscribe. Oh, go ahead.
I guess Sam Laporta he leads the whole NFL in receiving yards. So let's just know that he not only does he leads the NFL,
Mm,
among tight ends. He leads the NFL in receiving yards and with yards per game. Ahead of Kittle, Hawkinson, and all them other guys. So that's something to know. Sam
okay.
Laporta really is that guy.
Well, yes, he is. I have no issues with that. And if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. hit the notification bell so you can keep talking Lions football with us. One quick thought before we get out of here, son. Non-Lions related. Did you see the score of the Dolphins Broncos game?
Oh yeah, I did. I'm gonna have to watch the highlights. I don't know how you
I am,
managed to get cooked that bad. They need their
bruh.
chip taken.
We were all like when the game in the third quarter we were looking up at the screen at the game and it was like 42-6 something. Everybody was just people were just like, bro, that can't be real. And it
Yeah,
was like in the beginning of the third quarter.
yeah,
I had to throw that out there because I haven't seen the NFL team get beat that bad in a long time. So
yeah. I've never seen a team get. I mean, they got beat by 50, but to get 70 put on you is crazy.
that's embarrassing. So I had to throw it out there. All right, well, Lions fans, that's pretty much all we got. We'll talk to y'all in a couple of days when we do our preview on the Green Bay game. Peace.
Peace.